Hi there, this is Ruben from Dutch Round 1. Thanks again for coming by and thanks for watching another episode. As always, I appreciate your time and I appreciate your support. Today we are going to take a look at ways to sound smarter in Dutch using the following 20 words. But before we do that, remember to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you want more content, and let me know in the comments if this is useful for you or not. Let's go and start our lesson. Alright, so we'll start off with uiteraard. Uiteraard is basically of course in Dutch. Uiteraard you will use when somebody's stating the obvious, then you will say uiteraard, or basically when you're in agreement with somebody, then you can use uiteraard. Alright, we go to the next one, and the next one is niet waar. Niet waar is isn't it. Niet waar you'll use basically when you make a statement and you want to ask for confirmation. So for instance you would say, het weer is mooi, niet waar? That would be in English, the weather is beautiful, isn't it? So in this case you can use niet waar, isn't it? We go to the next one, and the next one is integendeel. Integendeel, that would be on the contrary. So basically somebody's making a statement, but you're not in agreement, so you will say on the contrary, integendeel. Okay? For instance, het is warm vandaag. Integendeel, ik heb het heel koud. So it's hot today. On the contrary, I'm very cold. Right? So this way you can use integendeel. We go and take a look at the next one, and the next one is daarentegen. Daarentegen is on the other hand. Okay, so basically daarentegen you would be able to use in the following example. Dit is een goede keuze, daarentegen zijn er ook nog andere goede mogelijkheden. So this is a good choice. On the other hand, there are also different possibilities, right? So daarentegen is on the other hand. We continue, and we continue with mits. Mits is provided that in Dutch. For instance, mits het goed weer is, dan gaan we naar zee. Provided that the weather is beautiful, we'll go to the sea, we'll go to the ocean. Mits is quite close to als, however, mits is maybe a little bit more formal Dutch. Alright, before we continue with the next word, if you go to the description box of this video, you will see a buy me a coffee link. Now, if you want to support my channel and buy me a coffee to keep me fresh to make these videos for you, I'd greatly appreciate it. Alright, let's continue with the next word. And the next word is hoofdzakelijk. Hoofdzakelijk is mainly. And then basically, as an example, we could use er zijn veel ploegen, maar er zijn hoofdzakelijk 2 favorieten voor de titel. So there's many teams, but mainly there's 2 favorites for the title. Alright, so hoofdzakelijk is mainly. We continue, and then we have in principe, that would be basically or in principle. Alright, so you can say, in principe is er genoeg voedsel voor iedereen. In principle, there's enough food for everyone. Or basically, there's enough food for everyone. Okay, so that would be the use of in principe. Then we have daar bovenop. Daar bovenop would be on top of that. By means of an example, that would be, we hebben veel huiswerk. Daar bovenop hebben we morgen een examen. So we've got a lot of homework. On top of that, tomorrow we have an exam. Alright, daar bovenop, on top of that. We continue, and we have daar en boven. Daar en boven is in addition. Okay, quite similar to daar bovenop, just a slight nuance, difference of meaning. Hij is een goede student, en daarboven is hij ook een goede atleet. Right, so he's a good student, and in addition, he is also a good athlete. Right, we go to the next one, and the next one is op de koop toe. Op de koop toe means into the bargain. Alright, so basically, by means of an example, we hebben een televisie gekocht, en op de koop toe kregen we een Netflix abonnement. Okay, so we bought a new television, and into the bargain, we've got a Netflix subscription or membership. Alright, so op de koop toe is into the bargain. Basically getting something for free which is unexpected. Alright, we continue and then we have behalve. Behalve is except. Alright, so iedereen was in the klas behalve mijn broer. Everybody was in the classroom except for my brother. We continue and then we have ter illustratie. Ter illustratie is actually a fancy way of saying for example, right? By means of an illustration, okay? As an example, you could say, ter illustratie zal ik je de nieuwe gegevens tonen. Alright, so for example, I'll show you the new data, right? By means of an illustration, literally. Okay, we go and continue, and then we have beter gezegd. Beter gezegd is rather, or literally better said. Okay, in a sentence, goede studenten, of beter gezegd, gemotiveerde studenten, leren sneller Nederlands. Right, so good students, or rather, / better said, motivated students learn Dutch faster. We continue with the next one, and the next one is weliswaar. Weliswaar is although or admittedly. Okay, so basically although or admittedly, to make your life a little bit easier, I'll give you an example just now. We hebben weliswaar een goede structuur nodig, maar we mogen ook niet overdrijven. Admittedly, we need a good structure, we need a good foundation, but we cannot exaggerate. Right? So the next one is in feite, and in feite is in fact or actually. Okay? Let's go with the example. Het risico is in feite vrij groot. The risk is in fact quite large. Or the risk is actually quite large. We continue and then we have dat verklaart waarom. This explains why. This is quite useful when you make a statement but you want to follow up with some extra explanation, then you can use dat verklaart waarom. Het is koud buiten, dat verklaart waarom er niemand op straat is. It's cold outside, this explains why there's nobody in the streets. Okay? Dat verklaart waarom. We continue and then we have al met al, and al met al, you can also translate it as all in all, but I prefer all things considered. Okay, so al met al is het nog goed afgelopen. All things considered, the ending was pretty positive, if I can translate it freely this way. Right, so al met al is all things considered. We continue and then we have stel dat. Stel dat could be suppose that or imagine that. So that would be, stel dat we de wedstrijd winnen, dan worden we kampioen. Suppose that we win the game, then we'll become champions. Right? So stel dat is suppose that. We continue with the next one, and the next one is onderzoek toont aan. Research shows that. Okay, so basically, onderzoek toont aan dat voldoende slaap gezond is. Research shows that sufficient sleep is healthy, right? So, onderzoek toont aan is research shows that. We continue with bovendien, and bovendien is moreover. Hij is een goede student, en bovendien is hij ook een goede atleet. Okay, so he's a good student, and moreover, he's also a good athlete. Okay, so bovendien can or is translated in English as moreover. Okay, so these were the 20 words to make you look a little bit smarter in Dutch, to help you form explanations, to help you state your opinion. I hope it was useful for you. If you like this content, let me know, and of course give the like. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content, and let me know in the comments if this was useful for you or not. I want to thank you again for watching, and stay tuned for another episode of Dutch Round 1. Ciao!